This video will demonstrate how to use the StreamSurfaceTools in the Topo Processing menu of the toolbar. The StreamSurfaceTool generates a series of stream models based on the water elevation, which is made up of the edge of water and water surface points that we collected in the field, as well as the topographic DEM and the wetted perimeter, or the water extent polygon. And the product of these tools include a water surface elevation tin, a water surface elevation DEM, and a water depth map. And all of these products are stored in the same geodatabase that we've been working in to date. The water surface tin and DEM, these are very similar products to the topographic tin and DEM that we generated earlier, but instead of reflecting the bottom of the surface, these are reflecting the top of the water surface itself. So to start, first thing you want to do is make sure that you're not editing for either your tin or your editor toolbars. So to check, just go up to each editor and make sure that your editing mode is off, as it is here. And then you want to make sure that there's no spaces in the path name of your geodatabase. To do that, we can just expand our window here. And if you're on the geodatabase view of the table of contents, you should be able to see the entire path name. And that looks good. I don't see any spaces. And then the last thing that you want to do is double check the input data for this tool. And that includes the water extent polygon. So we'll go down here and turn that on. So it's the polygon in green. That looks good. The Topo DEM, which is right here, and the channel units that we made in the field. And let's see if I can find my channel units. And here are my channel units down here. I just turned those on. And those look good. You want to make sure that you have the entire site covered by your units at this time. So once we've verified that all of our products exist, we just want to open the tool by going to the Topo Processing menu, selecting Create Stream Surface Tin, DEM, and Water Depth. And then make sure all of the input values are here. So we need to add our water extent polygon. And then make sure the Topo DEM is here, as well as the survey geodatabase. And if you have made the multiple versions of the Topo DEM, you probably want to make sure that that's the latest and greatest version that's listed there. And it shouldn't take too long to generate all of the products. Note that this is a part of the workflow that's a little bit different than what we did in training. In training, some of these steps were broken out into clipping the channel units separately from the generation of the water surface tin and DEM. So in this tool, we've actually combined all of those pieces that have to deal with the stream surface together. So now we can see that here are our units, and our units have been clipped to the water surface area. And then we can also look at our water depth map. So I'm going to turn off the channel units. So that's our map of the water depth. And it's pretty cool that the depth raster actually gives you a nice look at where the pools are. And then you can see all of the areas that don't really have deep spots. These are usually riffles. And then the last thing we want to take a quick look at is our water surface elevation tin, which we actually need to go up here to the Add Data section. And I'm going to browse outside of my geodatabase to find my water surface elevation tin. And you can see here that I've run this tool a couple of times, and you just want to make sure that you keep track of which one is your most current. And there's our water surface elevation tin. You want to make sure it has that nice rainbow pattern, and you don't see any rod height errors or little pyramids in any of these. So those all look good. If you do find errors in your data, you actually need to go back a couple of steps and edit the original data sources. So I'm going to list off the items that you probably would want to go back and review depending on the kinds of issues that you're seeing. So The items to edit would be the edge of water points, the water surface elevation points, which are water surface points that were coded in the field, the topo tin, and then you'd have to regenerate the topo DEM, the water extent polygon, and your channel units that you digitized by hand after you came in from the field. Finally, if the tool doesn't run, remember to double check that your editing workspaces are turned off, that your channel unit field has actual polygons in it, and that there's a water extent polygon feature class in the projected feature data set as well. Also note that a bug has been found so far that affects the StreamSurface tool, and that is happening when users are upgrading from the training version of the toolbar to version 2.29. And so what you need to do is uninstall the toolbar from training by going to the Start menu, browsing to the Control panel, and then to Uninstalling Programs. Uninstall the previous toolbar and then reinstall the most current version of the toolbar. And you should really do this for any version of the toolbar that you're installing at the time. So first uninstall and then reinstall the new one.